This burden will never go away, but we will learn to deal with it.
I will never speak your name again, murderers.
The trauma of this attack has already shaken my children's sense of safety.
I was of the understanding that both parties would be able to get up at a trial and each tell their side of the story, but I soon learned that the rules of law do not allow that.
Actually, they do.
You killed Tylee. Did you enjoy it? Look at me, Lori. Did you enjoy it?
Emotion, frustration, and anger. Right now at 4, a major conclusion in a case that's captivated the country. Convicted killer Lori Vallow Daybell sentenced to 2 life sentences in Arizona. That's on top of her life sentences in Idaho.
Today's life sentences were for 2 murder conspiracy cases, one in the death of her former husband, Charles, the other for a shooting attempt at her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux. 12 News tracking every angle with team coverage, an attorney joining us live in studio to break it down for what this means for her future.
But no one knows this case better than 12 News investigative reporter Erica Stapleton. She's been following this sordid case for years since it first unfolded. She's with us now for a peek at what it was like inside that courtroom today.
You know, Mark, Rachel, honestly, it's hard to put all of that into words. You just saw a snippet of what was said in the courtroom today, and it was almost a 3-hour hearing with witness after witness speaking out, victim after victim, saying that this was an issue. And, you know, it was a wave of emotions in the courtroom, many impact statements, as I said, and people were outwardly frustrated and disgusted when Lori Vallow Daybell herself addressed the court. But let's start with the victims and survivors. And after all these years and all of these cases, there are a lot. Almost 2 years ago to the day, Lori Vallow Daybell was sentenced to life in prison in Idaho for the murders of her children, Tylee and JJ, and for her role in the death of Tammy Daybell, her current husband, Chad Daybell's first wife. Now she's sentenced to life in prison in Arizona for conspiring to kill her former husband, Charles Vallow, who died back in 2019. She was also sentenced for conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux. Brandon survived the shooting attempt and was key to helping investigators convict Lori Vallow Daybell. He, along with several of his family members, gave statements in court today about the toll his attempted murder had on him and his children. The court also heard from Kay Woodcock, Charles Vallow's sister, and JJ Vallow's grandmother.
Lori, you have noticed this courtroom is full. It's not because people admire you. It's not because they see instrument in God's hands. It's because you're a sideshow freak, a murderous carnival act. People come to gawk at the monster who thinks she's divine. They don't come to honor you. They come to witness the wreckage of your delusion and to see justice crush it.
It was never their intent.
Lori Vallow Daybell took her opportunity to address the court, saying the criminal justice system was unfair to her and that her conditions in jail are poor. She also claimed her victims were living a peaceful life on the other side, a religious delusion we have heard before, and in line with the dark religious beliefs at the core of the crimes in these cases. She took no responsibility for all the death and destruction that she caused.
I know political aspirations, raises, and job promotions were at stake. So congratulations. I was convicted in the media long before I went to trial. We all know that there is no way for me to come to Arizona and get a fair, impartial, or speedy trial. And now that fact has been proven. The state of Arizona brought me here when I was already serving 5 life sentences. Now I will serve 7 life sentences. Will that be enough? Will that be enough? I want everyone to know that I mourn with all of you. I am sorry for your pain. Losing those close to you is painful, and I acknowledge all of the pain, and I do empathize. I feel it too. If I was accountable for these crimes, I would acknowledge it, and I would let you know how sorry I was.